Hello and welcome to another episode of the ACC Insider Podcast here on the field of 68. And we are joined today by Clemson point guard Chase Hunter. And Chase, I'm going to say it, man, the most underrated point guard in college basketball right now. How you doing, man? It's good to see you.
Yes, sir. Doing good. Doing good.
You guys are sitting here right now. Okay, you're 17-2 in the ACC. You're 25-5 overall. You have one loss, which came in triple overtime, and I believe the last 2 months. And it feels like nobody is talking about you guys. Do you do you feel disrespected by that? Do you feel like you're not getting the attention that this program and this team has kind of deserved for the season that you guys are having right now?
No, I wouldn't say so. I think that, for us, it's just, focusing on, the next games coming up. Just keep performing. I think this team has done a good job of, not listening to the noise and, not listening to what's going on social media or what's being said about us. We just going out, every night and handling our business. So, that's the goal going into each game.
So you're having a career year this year in every regard, but especially shooting the ball from three. Um, do we attribute the departure of PJ to you shooting the ball so well from three? Is that why? PJ is gone, and now we just said like it was all his fault before, and now all of a sudden you're making every shot from three.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Obviously he's a great player. Somebody I love playing with. But I'll attribute it to the work I put in this summer. With my coaches and doing different draft workouts and things like that. I think it was a good opportunity for me to work on my range. Working with the NBA draft, and I think that helped a lot.
Case doesn't get my sense of humor, Rob.
Yeah,
Case,
yeah.
Case
Our
didn't
our
get that.
goal.
I'm ripping on PJ and giving you credit while doing so.
Yeah.
So
Our
that was
our entire goal here, Chase, is to see how many times we can make you laugh during this podcast. So just be ready, man. Just be ready for that, okay?
I got a good one coming. I got a good one coming for you.
Speaking of PJ, you guys are coming off of that Elite Eight run last year. And as good as he was when he left, I think a lot of people maybe expected something of a step back, right? It's only natural when you lose a guy as good as PJ, and that hasn't happened. You guys have been as good, if not better, than you were last year. What do you attribute that to? Like, how have you guys managed to maintain what this program is and that level of success, even when you don't have him available?
Yeah, I think we kind of treated it as, next man up, as far as like leadership and, leadership roles and things like that. I think me and Ian have done a good job of, leading this team and, preparing these guys for what was ahead this season. I think that, we did a good job as a team of, just coming together this summer, working really hard, building that chemistry. And, I think when we got on the floor and really, recognized how good we were, and, because practicing against each other, during the summer and things like that, we really couldn't see it. I think once we got on the floor and played some other teams and saw how dominant we were, we were just we built confidence and that camaraderie between the team, and I think that's one of the big reasons why we've done so well this year.
Chase, you know that former Purdue star Robbie Hummel, who does a podcast with me, set the record for the most years played in college basketball with 8. You're on year 6. Do you have
Yeah.
another year left? Have we looked into a waiver, anything like that, or are you done? Is this it?
I think I'm done. I think this is it. This is
So
finally it.
you spoke about your leadership, though, in all seriousness, and I
Yep.
think when your brother came in, a lot of the staff has said that kind of helped you take a step forward, even with your leadership. How did that happen?
Yeah. It's just wanting to be, a good leader, for him, and then also for my other teammates. I think him coming in, I wanted him to have an opportunity here at Clemson to learn and grow, just like I did, and I think I did a good job of just staying on him, showing him the ways, just not letting him get down when things weren't going well early on in his career. Just because I went through some things early in my career, and yeah, so it was just wanting to lead him, also lead my teammates, and yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, so been around, like Jeff said, for 6 years. You've seen the criticism that your coach Brad Brunell has gotten from members in the media that may be sitting here right next to me
No,
on
there was no
Zoom call.
criticism. I love Brad. All right, wait, first of all, let me get this straight. I love Brad Brunell. I think Brad Brunell is one of the best human beings on this planet, one of the best coaches. But there was a time there when, let's face it, like you need to get to the NCAA tournament, and he didn't for a while. Nobody was happier that you guys went to the Elite Eight last year, other than Brad's family, than
I
probably.
was going to say, I think Chase might have been happier than you, Jeff.
And Brad's family, because he got an extension. All right, so that helped too. His wife had to be happy.
How rewarding was that to see him get the success and recognition that he deserves as a coach?
No, it's great. It's great. Obviously, like you said, we had some rough times, early on in my career. But I think that, it's finally starting to show, the work that he puts in, the way that he loves on this team and, teams prior to this. It's just all coming together. We've had some great teams these past years and, we found a way to win games and, help, each other, win games and, we made the tournament.
Case, how do you balance it all? You are a fairly new father. And tell me a little bit about the baby who is now about one-ish. How do you balance all this?
Yeah, I just been kind of going with the flow. Early on, she was born last year, around January going into February, March, around that time, things were really getting serious, with sports. But, I give props to my girlfriend too. She does a great job of, being a mom, helping me. But it's just, going in, putting my work in, and then coming home and being a dad. I think it's just as simple as that. Just making sure I get my work done on the court, and then coming home and being the best dad I can be.
Rate your diaper changing skills on a scale of 1 to 10.
I would say, early on, man, I was about a 5. Things were, especially the poop diapers. But I would say now I'm at about a 7, 8. I still move a little too slow. That's my girlfriend said I move too slow. But I would say I'm about a 7, 8. I'm getting better.
All right, I got to follow up on this. You have to give me, and you can't say Dylan, the one guy on the team that you would trust to babysit, and the one guy on the team where if he had to babysit, then you just cancel all your plans and say, nope, I'm staying home.
Let me think on this. Somebody, I don't think, if I'm being completely honest, I don't think anybody on this team can babysit. I can't even think of one name, one guy that I would trust, to be honest, because it is a huge responsibility. And I think, you really don't know until you get into it. But one guy that I would not, I would say, and they might be mad. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go with Victor. No, actually, I'm not gonna go with Victor because Victor is a husband. He's a grown up, mature man. I'm gonna Ian Sheffield. I don't know if I.
That's fair. Yeah, you don't want to hit Victor on that one. If a husband, you got to be careful. You're already sweating. Yeah. I see you sweating a little bit there. Speaking of Victor, though. How big of an impact has he made coming in? I mean, you guys have done a great job through the transfer portal the last couple of years, right? Joe was awesome a year ago. I love Jaden. I'm from Boston, so I kind of watch him grow up at BC. What's Victor meant to this team this year?
Yeah, he's been a lot. Like we were talking about earlier with the departure of PJ. A great player that he was. I think Victor's done a good job of stepping in and, kind of taking on, a similar role. He's done a great job on the defensive end and the offensive end. He's been a big piece and a big part of why we've done so well this season.
Have you ridden with Ian in the Corvette yet?
Oh yeah, a lot of times. As many times as I can, I try to get in that thing.
Is he a good driver? He says he's a good driver.
Yeah, he's a good driver. He doesn't.
He doesn't what?
No, he doesn't do too. He drives safe. He's a safe driver.
It'd be hard not to speed in that thing, though.
Yeah, that thing. Thing goes fast.
No doubt.
Yeah, Goodman.
Yeah.
If Goodman drove in that thing,
Oh,
tell him Jeff has a couple of speeding tickets here that he got on work trips, and he's been trying to invoice those to the field of 68, and I don't think that we can let that happen, man.
yeah, I had one last year, Chase, where I left the SoCon tournament title game, drove down to Asheville, and then was flying the next morning out of Charlotte to go to the Big 12 tournament. So late at night, I was kind of the only one on the road, and all of a sudden, I see the police car, the lights behind me, and I look down, and I'm like, oh no. And he comes over, and I'm thinking I went like, I'm going 75, something like that. He's like, yeah, you were going 95 in a 65 or whatever. I'm like, oh no.
Thanks.
I'm like, how much? I go, how much is it? Because I'm like, where I come from in Boston, they tell you right away how much it was. He's like, no. You have to hire a lawyer, and you have to go to court for this. We don't tell you how much it is. So I didn't have to go to court myself, but I had to hire the lawyer. Luckily, I'm okay. I'm okay. I still have my license. That's what's important.
You was in a rush. You was in a rush
Well,
to
I
get
wasn't
somewhere.
paying attention. You're on the phone. It's late. You're the only one on the road. I'm in a rental
He's on the
car.
phone, Chase. He's on the phone. You hear that? You hear what we're dealing with here?
There was stuff going on. You know
I'll
who I
tell
was talking to? I was talking to Dusty May about potentially going to Michigan, or at that point maybe Indiana, or some of those. So I'm blaming it on Dusty May.
That's fair. Chase is thinking right now, saying, "Yeah, Jeff Goodman will never be able to babysit my child." That's what he's thinking right now.
Very true.
So
Every
you mentioned Jeff mentioned Jaden Zach. I'm going to get this back on track, Goodman. You mentioned Jaden Zachary earlier. Our guy Terrence Oglesby, who claims he's the best shooter that ever came out of Clemson. I don't know. That's debatable. Chase. He said he's the most underrated transfer in the ACC. What has Jaden meant? I mean, I think he's better defensively than I had any idea when he showed up. He just feels like that connective piece that makes everything else work in concert with each other.
Yeah, he has. He's been great, man. I would definitely say he's probably the most underrated, transfer in ACC. Just what he's brought to this team. Like you said, defensively, he's been, amazing. Just a hound on the ball. Someone who just doesn't give up. Doesn't get tired. He motivates me on the defensive end. To go hard. Yeah, but he's and then offensively, he's been hooping, man. He's been playing this game. He's having fun out there. We're all just out there gelling and having fun. But yeah, man, Jay-Z's been a big part of why this season has been so good.
Chase, what's if I said to you, what's the biggest thing that you guys have to do, whether it's what coach is preaching or just even from you as the leader of this team, the biggest thing that you guys have to do to be able to make another run in the NCAA tournament? What is it?
Man, I would say, just keep playing the way we're playing, playing confident, playing together, um, just going all out on defense, just being really connected. I think that's something that's got us through, a lot of games this season, whether it was, we got to get a stop or, we need a bucket. I think we've always, came through and did it. So I think for us going into, this next game, and then ACC tournament and on, it's just about, playing with that confidence and that swagger, that we've been playing with. I think it could take us a long way.
Yeah.
Is that the swagger that you guys got from, and I know there's new pieces this year, but is that from last year doing what you did in the regular season and then making that Elite Eight run? Like, how much did that give you, that swagger, to now where you go in maybe feeling differently about yourselves?
Yeah. I think, like I said earlier, me and Ian, and other guys, Chauncey, Dylan, who were on the team last year, I think we brought that swagger into this year and, just kind of, propelled it to the other guys, and just, I think they've kind of got caught on to it. And, we, like I said, we've just been playing with a lot of confidence together. We're making the one more passes, we're helping each other in the gaps. And, if somebody else makes a mistake, somebody has their back. And, I think that's something that's taking this team really far this year.
Yeah, I think Chase, the most important thing You know, people can talk about the portal, they can talk about freshmen, they can talk about what transfers, all of this stuff, right? I think more than anything else, to have success in college basketball in this day and age, it's continuity and finding a way to develop that continuity with a core that is capable of competing at the highest level. And I think we've seen that with you guys, right? Like you coming back, Ian coming back, Dylan's there. Like what is it about Clemson, I guess the basketball culture, whatever you guys are doing within that program, what has allowed you guys to breed this level of success? Because, like, let's be honest, you don't expect to see Clemson go 25-5, Elite Eight, lose their best player, and be right back in this position where they can make a run like that again.
Yeah, I think we just got a good group of guys. You know, a lot of guys who want to see each other succeed. A lot of guys who want to work hard. You know, a lot of guys who are underdogs and want to prove themselves. I think coming to this year, it was a lot of guys who had something to prove. And then for us, it was the guys who came back wanted to get back to that same level. I think all of that combined together has helped this team just be so good.
So I asked the staff, I'm like, I need some dirt on Chase. I need something good and they're like, he's even keel, man. Like, there's not much you're gonna do to rattle this guy. Not much dirt. We don't really rip on him for much. I'm like, come on. Like, there's gotta be something there. We probably should have gotten to your brother. Your brother probably would have given me some really good stuff on you.
That was a good source.
I know. I didn't get him. We should have. But I was told you got some big ass flat feet. Is that true?
That is 100% true. That is 100% true.
So I do too. I can relate. I got size 15 flat feet. They hurt. Like, it sucks, man. What size you got?
I'm a 14. I'm surprised you were a 15.
15. I'm only 6'3".
Jesus.
It sucks. Well, because I don't take freebies from programs. You know, I've been offered it before, like, hey, we'll give you some secret, whatever. I don't.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find them. And the size 15 is hard to find. And then you got the flat feet. Like, I had plantar fasciitis a few years ago. That sucked. You ever had that?
Well, I haven't had that, but I've had some bad, just heel problems and bottom of my feet always hurt. So, yeah, it's rough, man. It's rough for sure.
I pray you never get plantar fasciitis. Because I'm telling you, for like 8 months, I'm walking around and every step you take is pain, like legitimate pain. And I'm not the athlete you are, but playing softball with plantar fasciitis sucked. Look at Dauster. I'm not the athlete, period. Okay, fine. Screw you.
All right. Last one I got for you, Chase. You and Dylan are playing one-on-one right now. It's not in the gym. It's in your back, wherever you guys grew up, your backyard, whatever court you played at.
In Atlanta.
Right? In Atlanta. You two are playing one-on-one right now today to 11. All ones, no twos. Who's winning and what's the score?
Well, I'm winning. It's 11 to it. Hey, I'll give them some. I'll say 11-7. I'll go 11-7. He'll get some buckets. I know little bro get some buckets on me. It's going to be very competitive, though. Very competitive.
How do you take advantage of them? What do you do to take advantage of your poor little brother?
The thing is, we go against each other all the time in practice. Like, since he's been here since a freshman, I've always, like, we do one-on-one dribble out. We're doing any type of drill, and I make sure I go against him because I just want we always compete. So, but
So give me a story back when you guys were kids when he walked away crying.
See, most of the time he walked away crying when we were playing video games. When we would play 2K, he hated losing, and I did too. But there were some times where we were playing outside on the court, and it's fighting, it's some scratching, and it's a lot of that. But I think me and my big brother were always ones to bully him, and I think it helped him grow up and become the strong young man that he is now.
How much fun is it?
Huh? That's what it took. Just some bullying from his older brothers to turn him into a guy that's tough. Nothing like that for a little brother, right?
Yep.
How much fun is it, though, all kidding aside, to be able to play college basketball at the highest level and do what you guys did as a team last year and do it again this year? How rewarding is that?
No, it's amazing, man. It's something that I'll cherish forever. My mom actually sent us something, a few days ago, just on the lines of, just us just cherishing these moments, not taking it for granted, because this is something that doesn't happen all the time where, not only are we playing, together, but, we're winning at a high level. We're making history at Clemson and, just doing big things. So, I'm definitely going to cherish these times forever.
So this was your last run through the ACC. What is the one road trip? And I'm not talking about like the venue you're playing in, right? I'm talking about like, oh, they had the best restaurants here, or we had this was the best ambiance when we were stayed at this. Like, what is the one road trip that you are going to be missed the most as you head on to your professional career?
Man, I've been on so many.
You know what Chase wants, Rob? You know what the most important thing is for him now? The most comfortable beds that he can sleep on when he's away and he can actually get some sleep these days.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I got a nice big king bed here that I love sleeping on too.
Oh, we know. We've been through this. Yes. We're both dads. We've been through this. Yeah. Trust me. We know what's important.
Yeah. Yeah. But I would say, man, one time we went to Vegas. It was early on in my career. We went to Vegas. It isn't even ACC, but this is one that'll stick with me forever. And I forgot what hotel we stayed at, but they had the best French toast in the world. It was like Fruity Pebble French toast, and then it was just the best French toast ever. So that's one that I'll always miss, is because we might go to Vegas again this year. I don't know. We might stay in the same spot. So hopefully we do.
Well, that's how you know he's a responsible dad, Jeff, is that he went to Vegas and the thing he's talking about is the French toast at the hotel.
Yeah. I like the place. Hey, the hotel downtown in the middle of campus there, the really nice hotel in Clemson. Yeah. I forget what it's called.
I think it's the Reserve. Not the Reserve.
Big time breakfast. I had something there. I got to look up the menu. I had something I had never had before and was absolutely blown away. All right, the last thing I got for you. It's not even so much a question. It's more of, your career, Chase, and the fact of like how cool it is that you stuck it out at one place like you did at Clemson. You came in as a top 100 kid. First couple of years were up and down, like you said. You didn't play a ton. You got hurt your true freshman year. Second year, you played a little bit. Progressively, your role grew and grew and grew and grew.
Yeah.
First of all, congrats, because
appreciate you
stuck with it, and you have somewhere to go to now forever. I think that's something that's lost in a lot of players, right? That move around is like, where's home for them? Where when you finish playing, whether it's the NBA, whether it's overseas, whatever it is, you got somewhere to go back to that people are gonna. You're beloved, number one, and they're going to take care of you. You're going to have to work. You're not playing ball forever. You can play till hopefully 35, maybe LeBron. You're 40, whatever, but you still got 20 more years you got to work. And now you've got a place that, again, is going to take care of you. But what advice, my last question is, what advice would you give to a young kid coming in now to a program and fighting and sticking it out, and how hard it is, but how gratifying it can be?
Yeah. What I'll say is, kind of what I've been, told and, think about is just, run your own journey. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's path is different. Coming in, I was thinking that, I was going to be, this freshman high recruit and come in and play. And you're gonna reach some adversity. Once you get to college, whether that's injuries, whether it's playing time, it could be anything. Especially in this new day and age where with the portal and everything, I think you got to go to a place where you feel like you're wanted. You feel like, there's a love between, you and the coaches and, the people there. And then, it's just about, fighting through adversity. I think that, a lot of times, especially with the portal, things happen, whether it's playing time or, different things like that, and you automatically jump ship. And I think that, it's about, because, usually when you commit to a school, the first time you commit, it's because you want to be there, and so I think it's, don't take, different things like injuries or, arguments with coaches or different things like that to heart. It's just really think about, who has the best, for me as a person, and then as a player. For me at Clemson, that's all it was. I knew they wanted what was best for me. I had some setbacks, had some injuries, had some confidence things I was going through, but the coaches here stuck with me. And so I would just say for those players coming in, it's about finding that place that you love, in your heart, and that that you want to be.
Well, listen, Chase, really appreciate you jumping on. They said that you were even keel, and we got you to talk about poopy diapers and making your baby brother cry. So, always a pleasure to catch up with you, man.
Job well done by us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Job well done.
Congrats on a hell of a career, man. Don't let it end now. You got a lot of. I'm going to see you down in Charlotte for the ACC tournament. You got something to win there. You got something to win on Saturday, and you got the NCAA tournament ahead of you. So make sure you finish it strong. But it's been a lot of fun to watch you grow throughout your career. Congrats on everything, and I'll see you down in Charlotte, man.
Yes, sir. All right. I see y'all. Appreciate y'all.